Okay, Mom, could you say that again? Because now it's running.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
Happy New Year to Julianne.
And to everybody else. Now show us your donut, Mom. Show us the donut. Mom is enjoying a voodoo donut. That is a jelly-filled voodoo donut, my friends.
Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah, it is. And may I simply say, they are so good for you. And yeah, we're having fun.
So good for you.
Yeah, that's what I said. We're having fun here in Portland town. We're having a little evening visit. Mom couldn't finish it in one session. They're huge.
What's that little yellow book?
Now, you were reading this. This is a
Which
book about hitchhiking through Europe. I gave this to you. It's called Off the Map. And remember, it's about those young women who camp, well, really, sleep anywhere.
What's it about?
Young women traveling through Europe and sleeping anywhere.
Oh.
Without money.
Kind of scary. Did you do that?
No. I had money and I knew where I was sleeping.
Oh, okay.
Big difference. Yeah, I like to live indoors. I like to sleep indoors and eat regularly, Mom. However, these folks are very adventuresome. This is a really good book. They were living in Prague, in Czechoslovakia, and they decided to go to Spain. And this describes their adventures.
Backwards to Spain?
From Prague to Spain.
Yeah.
No money.
How'd they eat?
They go to places called, you kind of couch surf, you know. You go to places where you can sleep for free because there's places called house sits where...
Yeah, house sitting.
Well,
what about food, though?
Right. You go to these abandoned houses where there can be free food and whatnot, but...
Well, you know, isn't just like in Portland, there's a food bank, right?
Yeah, and there's food, not bombs. So similarly, these women travel through Europe using all those free resources.
And
they're real young.
Out?
Well, they're really young. They're 22. You know, you can do anything at that age if you have luck. So far, they have good luck, you know. Now, me, myself, I don't want to sleep on the street. How about you?
How'd they stay warm?
They don't sometimes, and the insects get them and stuff, too. So it's not easy, but you're going to like this book. Let's look at the cover. This cover, Mom, was all made from one black sheet of paper. It was all carved out.
What nationality? I mean,
they're American.
They're American?
I think they're American. Yeah, it's published by Crime Think Inc.
But they were taking an awful chance.
Well, that's what
to live on the dole.
Well, that's the whole thing.
But they survived, huh?
Yes.
God, I can't imagine it.
Right. And as they say here in the beginning, Mom, it's called Off the Map, and they describe why they do it. And it says, this is what it means to be an adventurer in our day, to give up creature comforts of the mind, to realize possibilities of imagination, because everything around us says, no, you cannot do this. You cannot live without that. Nothing is useful unless it is in service to money, to gain, to stability. The adventurer gives in to the tides of chaos, trusts the world to support her, and in doing so turns her back on the fear and obedience she has been taught. She rejects the indoctrination of impossibility. My adventure is a struggle for freedom. This is Off the Map, and it's dedicated. This is for all the people who love us. And then it opens up, and it begins the story, and the stories of these two young women. Okay, Mom. There you go.
Let me see it.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, this is Barkless Wagmore bringing it to you, and that's about it for today.
Why would you do this?
Well, it's an adventure. It's an adventure.
I guess so. no money, they land in this country.
It's a really good little book. It's a journal about these two women and what's happens to them. It's called Off the Map. And let's just review.
So they did buy tickets to go.
Well, yeah, to get to a certain spot, I think they had a ticket. But then they take off from there, and they go on their own. Hey, did you know Tom just recently went surfing with his granddaughters?
I can't understand why they do this. Anything could happen to them. What if they got sick?
Well, they do. They do.
They do get sick?
Yeah, and you know, one time when I was in Europe, guess what? I was staying at a hostel in Amsterdam with Kathy Lewis, and we were having fun. But there were 9 women in the room, young women. It was cheap. It was only $9 a night, okay? Do you know, Mom, one of the young women had been to the free clinic because she had a very severe case of gonorrhea. Yes. So,
pass everything around?
well, no, you know, you have to have contact with the person sexually to get gonorrhea. So we shared a room with her, and I felt badly for her, but she was being given antibiotics.
She was on them?
Yes, by the free clinic in Amsterdam
That
gave her
good.
antibiotics. But Kathy Lewis and I were just like, wow, we were so sorry that she was so sick, you know. And we tried to befriend her, but she had to stay indoors the whole time, day and night.
To get the medicine?
Yeah, she couldn't go out and sightsee or anything like we could. She got so sick. So it's not impossible as we, you know, see these adventures that you would get sick traveling through Europe, and it's very serious, you know, when you don't have money.
Did I ever worry about you? I lost my mind. But you did have shots before you went.
Oh yeah, I never got sick, except the usual, you know, the usual. But Kathy and I bought a Simca truck, a panel truck, a little truck.
What country?
In Holland. In Holland. And then we
Did
drove
you have to get a license?
We could use our U.S. license.
Oh.
We did buy insurance, though, and we drove it all the way to Vienna.
Well, you did have some housing then. You had a place to sleep in your car.
Yeah, we did. It was fun. But we also ate at the hostels because it was cheap.
Yeah.
The food.
But how did you find out where these places were?
In guidebooks. There's all kinds of guidebooks for adventurers. Everything from $5 a day, you know.
Oh, there is a book out there.
Yeah, and we just drove from hostel to hostel, and we'd go inside and visit with everybody all evening and enjoy the cheap meals. And then we'd say, good night, you guys, we're going up to our room. And we'd look at each other and we'd go out to the truck. We had so much fun.
But you took chances.
Yes, we drove it to the Riviera, to the French Riviera.
Pretty.
From Amsterdam. Okay?
Was it warm?
It was gorgeous, but guess what? Coming back, the truck broke down. And so I had to push Kathy off the Autobahn, right? And I was laughing, and Kathy...
You could break your back.
Well, I was laughing because I was still having a fun day. And Kathy said, why are you laughing? The car is broken, and we are broken down.
Yeah, you were in bad shape.
But you know
how
what?
could you smile?
The truth is, Mom, it was a very festive day, and firecrackers started to go off in the distance as...
Was it Halloween or something?
As evening came on, it was July. Here, you can figure this out. It was July. We're in France. The sun is setting, and all of a sudden, we see a lot of firecrackers in the distance. Bastille Day. It was
Bastille Day, the 14th of June.
Yeah, whatever day it was, and
It's
Kathy Lewis and I were like, what the hell is with the firecrackers? And Kathy was so annoyed that this festive occasion was occurring.
It's a very important day to them.
I know, we didn't know, but we found out when we got to the mechanics, he told us. But anyway.
But what about languages?
Well, we did okay. We did okay.
Yeah, but I mean, not everybody speaks English.
No, they don't. I have to cut this, Mom, so I can upload it. It has to be less than 15 minutes. There.
What about